Well, everyone, another solid day in the books in the market, and I got my best penny stocks to buy now. I have updates for them and another one to add to the list. I think we're up to a total of 6 right now, so that new one, wait until you see it. I think there's still a lot of incredible opportunity moving forward. Take a look and see what you think you see on there as well. See if you agree with me. Hit me up down in the comments. I'll also give an update on IonQ with the quantum stocks and talk about what could potentially be coming our way with those, what we need to watch out for. Please remember that tomorrow, 8:30, we got GDP. 10 o'clock on Friday, we have Michigan consumer sentiment. We also have at 8:30 the personal income and outlays, which includes the PCE inflation numbers. So big days coming up. Market selling down in anticipation of those, and NVIDIA earnings, which haven't hit yet, at least as of the recording of this video. It might actually drop while I'm sitting here recording it. And if so, maybe you'll get a bit of a real reaction to that one as well. Guys, over at the Discord, links in the description. Use code word doctor when you sign up. It's going to save you 50% off your first month. You can see more of my analyses, including when I call out these best penny stocks to buy now and what I'm adding to the list, what I'm doing about it. You get to see my buys and sells as well. I'll tell you more about that for the moment, though. Just like the snake that crossed you guys know about the snake that crossed the road, right? Why did the snake cross the road? He had to get home before his mother threw a hissy fit. All right, so before you throw a hissy fit, here we go. QQQ, NASDAQ 100, had a nice little peak today, and I don't know if you paid attention to this. This peak that we have on the chart right here happens to be above the other peaks that we have on the chart near this moment here. So the highest one that we had previously was on Wednesday, May 21st at 523. Even today, we went all the way up to 523.68. That is the new number to beat. We're getting all sorts of resistance up here. Got a big fat rejection there, and I got to ride a 0 DTE call. Down on the way down, I got stopped out. One little hiccup that happened right around, I think it was 348 or so. Hit my stop, but still plenty profitable on that one, up probably 30-ish% or so. I'd have to go ahead and take a look and see where exactly that landed me. But this can totally turn around based on whatever we see coming from NVIDIA, coming from whatever we see for GDP, coming from whatever we see for the inflation numbers. Basically, we want to hear that those inflation numbers are in very good shape. Everything's in good order. GDP, the economic growth is strong. As long as we stay away from the recession story, we should be in good shape. So QQQ, still in very good position. Still cautiously bullish on what we could have. Need to really break above that 523 number. I said before we need to sit on top of it. So far, we just haven't sat on top of it. SPY going over here, the number to sit on top of is 596. Definitely didn't get that today, retracing quite a bit, but I remain optimistic for right now. Pending those economic reports, pending NVIDIA's earnings, which as I look right now in the after hours, as I talk about this, up close to 4%. 5 o'clock should be about the time those numbers drop. Really, any time between now and then as I record this, we're about 22 minutes away from that 5 o'clock hour. So IWM, we move over there. Number to beat there for us on here. Sitting on top of 210 is going to do it. Still haven't quite gotten there. Got a few things. Fed minutes. Not horrible today, but also not a lot really happening, at least directly with those. I think the bigger catalysts are up and coming. So let's move on to IonQ because I want to show you on here. This is actually a really nice looking chart as long as we don't put in a lower low on this thing. Right now, we have what could serve as a double top as we look at the hourly chart. This is actually the 4-hour chart that's on here where we peaked out on Thursday at 48.92 and then peaked out today at 48.94, pretty much darn even straight across the top. This can cause us to sell down. If the market goes bullish though, then we're up at that 56 number that I'm looking for. If the market tanks off GDP, off inflation numbers, off Michigan consumer sentiment, it's probably going to drag down the quantum stocks with it. So please keep that in mind, that market bias is probably going to play a huge part in what we see coming from quantum stocks from how we're positioned right now. So that's IonQ. I do want to talk just briefly. Rivian is actually one of the plays that I shared today. Look at this pattern that we have here, the symmetric triangle pattern. I'll take down some of the Fibonacci extensions, retracement that we have up here, just so you can see this plain view on your chart in front of you. And we actually got, after we broke out on decent volume, we actually came back and retested the top support yesterday, found it as support, today's market not really helping that move up. I did take a position on this one, a slightly longer term call option position, because I think this thing could really move on us. And like I said, those technicals available over at the Discord already. And I did just want to share that out, $25. If we're able to catch this distance here from this symmetric triangle pattern, it could print out to as high as $25 per share. So for that one, we'll see if it happens. It might take a while to get there. This is a year-long pattern. This could be a year-long price target that we're looking for. If the market goes bullish on us, and if we get to new all-time highs, that's really going to help us work towards that number. So popping the values back up here, we have resistance, so actually support right around 1512, but then resistance right around 1750 to 1776. Good year, I guess. Happy bicentennial to the United States. Or my goodness, what are we coming up on? We're coming up on 250 years. Coming up next year. Holy cow. That'll be a big July 4th celebration. And then $20 up above that is also significant resistance. And then right around that $25 mark, we run into at 24.66 is that other resistance for Rivian. All right, so into the best penny stocks to buy now. These I've been talking about since the 20th of May. We've had a lot of big movements. We've seen some retracement. We need to look and see the critical areas that they've returned to. And the new ones that I've put on the list, I'm going to share with you today. I think RECOR, REKR I added yesterday. I think BEEM is the other one that I added on. And then there's even one more after that, and that's PACB, Pacific Biosciences, I think it is, PACB. I'll share that one with you as well, the technicals for it. And keep in mind, guys, I talk about these and my trades on them over at the Discord. Links in the description. Use code word doctor. We'll talk about some coursework about how you can learn about technicals, how you can learn about options trading, use it like I do, all that kind of stuff. I'll tell you about that later as well. In the meantime, let's get over into the penny stocks. So let's start off with QSI. Since we talked about IonQ, we'll talk about the quantum movement that we have here. For QSI, we'll take down the lines and we'll just look at the moving averages that are on screen in front of you right now. Right now, we got the 5 EMA holding as support for us. Watch what the market does. Watch what IonQ does. We're up in the post-market here. We could be finding that support. The support happens to be between 172 and 181, which happens to be also where we are right now. So we have Fibonacci extension and retracement values in here serving as support for us, and then also moving average support as well. Momentum is actually pretty darn decent, sitting at 61. If we look on a weekly basis, we are at 54. That's perfect. If we look on a monthly basis, we are just below 50. Get across above 50 on the monthly RSI, and this thing is really going to move on us. The volume already looking half decent compared to what we had. Not quite as good as what we had from November through January, but definitely the highest that we've had since January so far. And so we'll see if we get that build up going. If the market can catch some serious momentum moving out from here. So a good NVIDIA, good GDP, good inflation numbers, all that kind of stuff. If everything spells out good for us, that, hey, not really looking at inflation or recession right now. We're still waiting for those numbers to come out. You know, we have the Fed meeting coming up in June. That's going to be a big thing around the middle of June. July with the tariff stuff, that's also going to be big. But there's a lot of reasons to be hopeful for right now. And I think that we definitely still have some legs to look at where the quantum stocks are involved. Again, depending on market bias. This penny stock QSI, definitely still worth your attention, even though we already capitalized. Go back and watch my video starting at the 20th on the best penny stocks to buy now, from the 20th until now, and you'll see that history made of the movements we've had and the fact that we could have some further upside to go that still outsizes what you might get in that market performance. So putting this back up here for you, for QSI, keep your eyes on it. Resistance is up at 226. We failed off of it so far. Moving in sympathy with other quantum stocks at the moment. Next one's OCGN. Check this out. Let me take down the EMAs and put up the SMA, because look at that touch. I said the 200 days where we should look to for support. I didn't like this up near $1. It's just way too much resistance. We want to watch for that retest. That's exactly what we got for today. Retracing from about 86 cents up to about 88 by close. In the post market now up to 90 cents. Be on the lookout for this one to blast over $1. It could definitely happen for us. BEEM, here we go. I said, hold this support, please. Yesterday is what I said, and I'm still asking for it today. And look at this. Can you guys, let me see if I can make this big enough on your screen here. Really zoom in on it. There we go. Look at that red line coming down through this way. Look at that red candle closing just above. What the heck, just above. That's holding that support. That's exactly what we want to see on this one for BEEM. And this is really good positioning. This 20-day getting close to the crossing that 50, that's huge. We get that cross. That is a very, very good thing for bullishness for this one, and we could see a further move to the upside from there for BEM. I think it's one of the best penny stocks to buy now. That's why it's on here. It's why I keep on showing it. And if we put up the moving averages, just for a moment, the exponential moving averages, look at the rejection that we got. This right here is the 50 EMA before we were looking at the 50 SMA. Well, we actually lost that support. We were up above it to close yesterday. Today we were rejected off of it, but we're still up above the 5. We're above the 13. RSI is good at 52. Keep on watching for that one. I think our movement hasn't finished yet, and we could definitely still use some volume support in that movement. Perhaps over that 50 EMA is what exactly we're looking for. When we move over to RECOR, REKR. There we go. What are we looking at here? Well, guys, I said the price target on this one is $1.61 off this next movement that we get. And if we take down the EMAs for just a quick moment on this, and we put up the SMAs on this, look at this. Let me hide the technicals for a moment. Just looking at the indicators here, the moving averages, look at that rejection. 2 rejections so far off the 200-day, but we didn't fully retrace on this one. I think that this play is still alive. Got a little bit of cooling, but we saw a lot of cooling throughout the market today. A lot of the penny stocks, I should say, not the last one, the new one that I just added, I think actually has some pretty huge opportunity, perhaps 2xing from where it's at right now. So lat retracement, not so bad. We still got to overtake that 200-day. We want to sit on top of it. We found support at the 20-day yesterday. 20 crossed over the 50, and 50 is turning around, hopefully towards the 200. Got to watch for that. Let's put up the EMAs for a moment and take down the simple moving averages. We have the 13 over the 50, the 5s over the 13. Everything's perfect there for the exponential moving averages. For more near-term bullishness, we do have to break over that 200-day simple moving average to keep that move going. And guys, putting the numbers back up there for you where I talked about where we could see those resistances. One I put out as 122, 140, and then finally the price target around 161. Be on the lookout for that. That's REKR. BBAI. Looking at this one, retraced, closed all the way down at 414, post markup at 425. Big old move yesterday, absolutely huge, 23.33% yesterday, retraced about 8% today. And well, giving up a little bit, that's to be expected. We're a little bit hot on the RSI, retraced a little bit. This one's an AI play. That means NVIDIA earnings can be highly influential to it. So this one I definitely wanted to pause on, see what happens with NVIDIA. We'll see if there's some opportunity going into tomorrow. So best penny stocks to buy now. The last one, the new one that I have to add for you, and I'm really excited about this one. Got my fingers crossed because I really think that this one could pan out to be absolutely huge for us. And that one is Pacific Biosciences, PACB. Check out the volume that we got on this thing. Let me bring that way up there for you. Come on, you can move, you can do this. There we go. Look at that volume candle that we got today. So a big old volume supported move. Thank you very much. We'll take it. RSI freshly crossing over 50, the 5 and the 13. We closed above it. We still need to look for the cross above the 5 and the 13. We don't exactly have that yet. Let me see if I can put that up there for you. There we go. There you can see the yellow and the green those wires have not been crossed yet. We want to see the green cross up over the yellow. That's going to be that bull signal that we're looking for. That means that we're definitely early in this movement. So even though I took a position, it's more to signal my conviction in this play. Although getting in early can definitely burn you. It's not necessarily for the best thing. I'll never tell you what to buy or sell, but I will tell you that I do think that there still is time on this one for you to consider your options. No pun intended there, although I do use options for this sort of trading. I do believe that there's still options here to look at to see if we got time to go before you decide what you do with it, if anything at all. Resistance, 116, and the 50 EMA is at 117. Got to get up above that. So even getting into this one near those values, we still got to watch out for that rejection. We want the 5 to cross the 13. We want the RSI to be over 50. That's what we have so far, but we're so darn close to where that resistance is. Sitting on that top of that resistance is also going to be a little bit of a struggle, a little bit of trouble for us. With that volume, with that sort of movement, coming off an all-time low, we could absolutely, hold on, scrolling, there we go. Zoom in this way, pinch down that way, zoom in a little bit more. There we go. $2.16 is the price target from this descending wedge pattern that we have on Pacific Biosciences. And guys, I posted this in the morning over at the Discord. Like I said, links in the description. You're going to find out that it's through Stockmo, but he has assembled a team of which I'm a part. Our joint Discord that we have over there has thousands of members in it, and I'm one of the panel experts. I'm part of the team that's there to help support you in your journey towards financial freedom and finding you opportunities and helping you to build alpha in your portfolio, giving you the knowledge and information that it takes in order to experience that sort of success. When you use the link, make sure you sign up for the earner tier so you get unrestricted access, and make sure you use code word doctor that you save 50% on your first month. You get to try it out for less than $1 a day, see what you think, and then I think you're going to find out that you really enjoy what's over there and the offers that we have for you. The products, the services, they are top notch. The community is even better. 1,000 members, like I said, over there already, and a whole team there to support you. Also, in terms of support, investing in yourself, there's an options course, there's a technical analysis course, which includes the technical trading strategy known as the bread recipe, developed by Stock Mo, but used personally by him, by me, and other panel experts that are over at the Discord as well. I talked about elements of it in this video right here, and I'll tell you what, it allows me to be more successful more often than any other strategy that I found. I completely stand by it and the courses that teach it and talk about options. Code word doctor works on those courses as well to get you a pretty massive discount. Bundling the courses saves you even more. Guys, let me know what you think about these penny stocks. Let me know if there are other penny stocks that I should be watching. What do you think about the quantum stocks? What about the market? Are we going to hit new all-time highs? Tons of questions. I'd love to hear from you down in the comments, and watching this channel grow as it does. I'm at an all-time high for subscribers. I passed 1 million views. I'm pretty darn excited about it. Check out those links. Help yourself, help out the channel. In the meantime, guys, I am Dr. Stock, Doctor of Education. Remember, my friends, that learning is earning. We'll see you next video.